Good.
Good evening, folks. This is your weekly wake-up call with Dave. And without further ado, I will turn this over to him so we can get this done in less than 10.
So most of my presentation is going to be about the Senate right after the primaries. As you know, we've been saying that all facets of government, we have to focus on all of it. This particular week, I'm going to focus on the Senate, except for this one thing, because there's a point I want to make. So we have Mastriano, who's running for Pennsylvania governor. It recently was shown that he was a while ago in a picture dressed in a Confederate uniform. Now, we have Republicans defending him for it. I don't know what's such a big deal about it. It's history, number one. And number two, the Democrats are trying to take away the history of this country. Really, number one, what about this idea of how we have treated different races, different groups, different minority groups in the past? All of that is now critical race theory, and it makes us feel bad, so we want to suppress it, number one. Number two, the Republicans right now are suppressing what just happened with the overturning of Roe v. Wade in the recent decision. So what I would like to say is, number one, this idea of incrementalism when you're looking at elections is ludicrous. You get what you can and you move forward towards getting your rights back as much as you possibly can. Okay, it might not be ideal. You might not get the candidate that you want, but you're going to get the candidate that moves it forward a little bit. And incrementalism, despite public opinion, like remember 2016, incrementalism is bad. No, actually, that is what the Republicans have done for many, many years. And that's what helped them overturn Roe v. Wade in the first place. But now that Roe v. Wade has been overturned right before an election, Republicans are fearing that it's going to affect them in the election, and they want to divert people's eyes from it and just talk about gas prices, which are going down, by the way. But so much so that Blake Masters, who's running for Senate in Arizona, he scrubbed his website, his webpage, and he's saying he's pro-life, but now he's changing his stance a little bit on his website. One of the Republican PACs that funded him, or was funding him, cut his ad buy. And by the way, we should be doing the same thing. We should be paying attention to people and what they say and what they do, and make sure that they're doing it because it's the right thing and not because it's necessarily the popular thing at the moment.
Right. So Blake Masters, let me just interject here. He's full of shit. He's not going to be what you think he is just because he scrubbed his website of his anti-abortion stance. He's doing that because he's not doing well. Okay. But the people who control him and fund him are radical right-wingers, and they're not happy with that. Blake Masters needs to be defeated. Not just Roe v. Wade, but he is a very big danger to democracy on the whole. If you read the links we put in here, you will see that. All right. That's number one. Number two, I also would like to see the Democratic Party move further to the left, but I am no more in that radical phase where everything has to be radical left in the Democratic Party. Because you know something? There are a lot of people represented by the Democrats, and not any of us are going to get everything we want all the time. Okay? That is part of fucking life. You cannot have it all. We need to get our rights in order and make sure everybody has the same rights at the same time and they are all to the same level. And then we can disagree on policy issues. But we're never going to be. I don't want to end up like the Democrats. I don't want the Democrats to end up like the GOP. I'm sorry. We are grounded in reality and we need to fucking stay there. I'm done.
That's what I have too, guys. Deb's on point. I just a little bit. I worked on a campaign. It looks as though the person that I was trying to campaign for, she's going to come short. She may run on another party line. My whole thing was, will this possibly split the Democratic Party vote? Because if it will, I'm going to have to make a tough decision, because the candidate that won, I don't really, I would prefer the other candidate, obviously, because I worked for her and I believed in that campaign. But you cannot be so short-sighted to potentially undercut yourself and allow a Republican in. Yeah. So
we need to get
that's
this
where we're at.
Back on track, period. And right now, the big overriding concern is getting the GOP out of office. If you have any respect for the Constitution, for your civil rights, and for democracy on the whole, that's what your goal is. Your goal is not to be all things to all people. The goal is we need to get rid of the fascists, and we need to do it now at the midterm level.
And I know, again, this is on the governor level, but there are all sorts of offices in government. Okay, the Republicans have shown you that. They have shown you how they're building their infrastructure by going after school board elections and small town council elections and all of this. Nikki Fried, I respect her greatly for what she's done in the Department of Agriculture in Florida, fighting for the rights of every single school child to have lunch. However, it's not her time, and right now it's not her role to be governor. There are places for everyone. For every good public servant, there is a place. And we will find those places. And it is our job to find those places and elect these people through voting and through working for them, volunteering for them, whatever. So that's what I got. That's what Deb's got. We will see you in the long show.
See you soon.